let's start by picking 7 cards as if this is just one deck. So whatever stands out to you, let's go for 7, which gives me a really good energy breakdown of you. So I'll put them out one by one. 2, 3. Ooh, interesting. Oh, okay. They are.
We should go get them pretty roses on.
Wow, okay. Okay, so there's a massive need at the moment for you to heal yourself, for you to take time for self-care and look after you. Retreat, rest, be held, find the things within your world that make you feel healed, make you feel good about yourself, charge you up. And it is very much directed on spirit coming in to say, you know, this is essential now, it's a need that you have to be accepting. There's a, right at your heart here, this is a star being healing codes. It says that there's information important that wounds that you've had from the past are healed now, and you're recharging and starting to reboot. So there's more information that needs to come in from spirit, from the universe, from God, from the messages around you, and you need to be open and accepting and aware of them coming in for you to be able to decipher what they mean for you and what's next on your path. So there's decisions to be made, but not now. There needs to just be a focus on you, prioritising you. These healing codes are here for you to kind of heal specific things that you've had going on, and they're right at the heart of the matter. So they're looking after your heart, your main vital organs, and trying to hold you all together so that you don't get rocked out of balance. And so it's down to you now to know that and rest and allow it to support you through this period of time. So I don't know whether you have got any health things at the moment, or whether you feel a lack or run down or low.
Well, yeah, I have been aware that I've got to sleep early, and I have stopped looking at my phone when I'm in bed and that, and I have been reading sort of how to calm your mind and things like that. So I have known there is a need, because I will just don't want to go to bed kind of thing, because I'm going to go to work the next day. It's not because I don't like work, it's just that you just think, how can I get something else?
It's always in the back of your mind that you've got to do that, isn't it?
Yeah.
And it kind of dictates your whole day around that. Yeah, and then you're busy in your mind then. It's like, well, I suppose it's going to be like me next week, waiting for the kids to go back for their first day in school. It's kind of, have I got everything sorted? Have I done everything that I need to do? It's because you're conscious and you're in control of yourself. You don't want to be disorganised. You want to appear like you've got it all together. And to, you know, to not plan in advance is asking for failure, really, isn't it? But it's outlining that this is my time now. I'm going to get myself organised to work. Now I've done that, so I'm going to set my alarm, and that's the next time that I need to think about it, really.
My mind's always sort of raised too forward. I've always thought I'll get more done than I actually do. But instead of sort of telling myself off or hating myself, I kind of said, look, be grateful for what you have done. You did get up early, you did make that cake, you did do the washing. Okay, you didn't do the ironing, you didn't vacuum, or you didn't do that, but you did do that, and the next day you did do that, and you did get up early. And you see what I mean? It's just, it's I really had a big declutter, because I thought, I looked at all my clothes and I just thought, you know, I like to think, oh, I haven't dressed up all things, and I want to look nice on myself, and I want it, instead of just going around in a tracksuit or something. And I think, well, you're just wasting your days and years, and you could be looking nice and liking yourself. Do you know what I mean? That sort of thing as well. So I have been in that frame of mind, and I have been sort of more you know, I do like me, and I like my own time, and I like, you know, and I have been getting into that more, and I am really. But life pushes you I should. I used to be very organised, but I've just got sort of worse, I think. And then I think, no, I haven't got worse. I've just got more laid back, and
Yeah.
and is it important? I'm not going to Spain, so I don't need to be managed, and I don't. And just basically, I just want to be able to retain the information that I think I have learned. So, and sort of get more together with myself.
Yeah.
More complete and more whole.
Yeah. So kind of condensing everything
Yes.
that you've learned and putting it all together so that it's active within you as a personality. It's not just, oh yes, I did this once and now I've forgotten about it. Oh yes, I did this. Oh, what's the next one thing that I can do for this amount of time and then forget about kind of thing. Bringing everything together. And not having everything that it's here, there and everywhere, or I've left that out. Having it more slips, like you say, streamlined. Yeah.
And like you say, life does push challenges, in your direction and things like say, because I've moved around a bit, Birmingham, and I've been in Dorset, and then, it was a bit quiet there, and then I was thinking, well, I have made friends, but it's took me sort of 5.5 years,
Yeah.
And then I'm thinking, and then I've got family here, do you see what I mean? So I do feel a little bit split as well and divided. But
Do you go back?
sorry.
Do you go back and forth, or do you
Yes.
stay here?
I do, because I'm living in Dorset, I come back here quite a lot, and then Kevin's got family in Liverpool, that's my partner. But it's almost as if he doesn't want to move over here because he doesn't want to be too near his family, because then he's got to see to them or do this for them or gets involved with family dramas, which I think he wants to be.
He likes to be separated from.
Yeah, which he would be if he would. But he knows that if we did live here, they'd all be coming over, and I think that's lovely. I said, look, you've only lived once, and we might not be here in 10 years. You know what I mean? I think you've got to. Your family is what life's about. It's trying to make it
sharing it with everybody.
Yeah, and the dramas.
Quite a lot of guys just want the easy way out, don't
That's
they?
it,
The easy life, and I think sometimes it's simpler to stay away than to be involved.
Yeah.
But for us, no, we know how purposeful it is to have these relationships now while they're still here and vibrant. Like you say, with the dramas as well, definitely. Maybe that's where this comes up then. You need to have more authority within what it is that you want to gain with your life. You've got these invisible columns of strength behind you, backing you, and you need to remember that you've grown from everything that you've ever experienced. You've got a wealth of lessons and knowledge and wisdom, and you know yourself, and you've got to this point now, having made all the decisions you've ever made, knowing that you've got stability, balance, you know exactly what you're doing. So you need to have that authoritative kind of backbone to stand your ground in these kind of moments, to say, no, this is what's going to work for us actually.
Yes.
And you be the authority over it. And it is in your voice, it's in your throat chakra. So it's knowing it within yourself and powerfully then saying it outside. And sometimes we don't even know it inside ourselves, truthfully. We just go with what we think's right in that moment, go with your heart, and kind of everything else follows.
Yes.
But everything's right, you can't make a wrong decision, because even if you do make a decision that kind of doesn't work out, nothing's stuck in stone. You can always move and shift.
Yes. Yeah.
And to be changeable. I know that in our world we don't like change. We tend to like routine, schedule.
Yeah, it's easy, isn't it?
Yeah, we just keep doing the same thing. We stay with the same friends because they're easy to contact because we've already got them as contacts. We do the same thing, go to the same cafe, eat the same food, pick the same stuff in the supermarket, because it takes little effort. But what we get as an outcome of that, as a result of it, is that we get the same thing.
Yes.
And it's that sticks us and holds us in sometimes something that could be more happy, could be more blissful, could be amazing, and we're holding ourselves back because we're not making that little bit of a challenge to do something different. And I think that's it's massive in transition. It's easy to just keep going to the same place when really it takes that little bit more effort to push yourself out your comfort zone.
Yes.
And you open a new door to opportunity.
Yeah.
And something exciting comes along that you didn't even think of before.
Yeah.
And sometimes you need somebody else to kind of give you the shove, give you the nudge sometimes. Or you can be the nudge for somebody else, and you can be the authority, you can guide them. You've got rebirth here, and this is in your sacral chakra, so this governs. Now this is like the transition card. It's almost like the phoenix rising from the ashes. You'd almost say in tarot it's the death card, which means new beginnings, which I always get excited about, because I always think, well, that's great, because I'm not sure about what I've got going on at the moment anyway. So if I allow myself to shut the door on what no longer serves me, I can step forward into a new version of myself. And challenge accepted, come on opportunities, where are you?
Yeah.
And like you said yourself, about streamlining. You've gone through your wardrobe and you're looking at clothes and thinking, does that suit me? Does that not suit me? There's a really good method, and it's called something that begins with a K. It's like the Klarna method or something. And it's where you go through your wardrobe and you go, do I love it?
Yes.
If you don't love it, if you don't pick it up and go, I love to wear this, you have to get rid of it. And it masses it. You go through your underwear drawer. If anything's got a hole in it, I'm not going to love that, am I? I'm not going to feel amazing
I
when
might sew it.
when I put that on. It's like, get rid.
No.
But it's like how to dare to be ruthless. And not to hoard and hold on to things that don't make you feel good, and actually take your time up, because it clutters space and you have to tidy it.
Yeah, it takes up your hour that you could have been reading a nice book or something.
Yeah.
That's it, or doing your hair, or trying out that new hairbrush or styler.
Yeah.
Which I have got a couple of styler, and it was a ringlety one. And gosh, I've hardly used that since I've had it, because I haven't had the time. Then I'll have a week off, and I'll still haven't brought it with me.
Exactly. Yeah. And then before you know it, there'll be a new styler, and you'll buy that, but you'll keep hold of the old one, and you'll go, well, still haven't used that either. Damn. So think, do I love it? No, get rid of it. And clear yourself, lighten the burden, lighten the load, and then it sets you free. Then it gives you more time to play on your hands, and it changes your set of circumstance. Now this is telling you to have the courage of a lion and the playfulness of a child. So it's kind of fiercely, courageously fun, and that's it. It doesn't always have to be serious and sensible. It doesn't always have to be trudging through the clouds as this camel seems to be doing. Camel will just keep going. It'll keep going forever. It's strong, it's resilient, it's balanced, it's steady, and it'll keep going. But it's cloudy there. He wants to have the ferocity and the courage of a lion, to be the king of the jungle, and then be playful with that as well. Which is why it's the innocence of a child. And do you know what? Sometimes, the camel's life is safe, because you know that it's going to keep going. And no change means no disasters, no drama. Nothing's going to go wrong there, is it?
No.
But
get fed regularly and
everything's happy, But the thing is it's samey. And is your life? Are you on purpose being samey? What were you born to fulfill? And I believe that you came to this physical existence now for this period of time to fulfill a certain purpose. What was it? What are you supposed to be doing? Who are you supposed to be? Who are you supposed to help? What are you supposed to be building as part of your kind of ethos for living? And I think that is, the ship that's built is safe in the harbour, but you don't become the best ship in the world from being safe in the harbour. You have to ride the sea and show how awesome you are. You have to be courageous like a lion and get out there and really fire up your life.
Yes. Yeah, that does make sense actually. It's just having the courage, because I suppose a part of it is because, I've got a job and I'm safe in the job, and you know what it's like when people say, oh, you know, we might have another pandemic, or you know, and then you just feel as though you're hanging on to what's safe. I am hanging on to what's safe. To be perfectly honest.
You will. Well, we all got through a massively rocky phase that we never expected. Well, we kind of thought that the world was going to have to change at some point, but we didn't know how they were going to do it. And what they did is they took our element of control away, because they threatened us with two things that are the massive stresses in the world: health and money. And they took those two controls that we thought we had over ourselves away. They told you that you've got bad health and that you can't fight this by yourself, and you have to have medicine to be able to help this, and there's no way that you can guard yourself or shield yourself away from it. And so they took your power away, and they took your money away. They froze everything. They shut the shops and said you were limited to an amount of time that you could go out the house to be able to spend your money. They shut businesses, and they just collapsed the whole economy. And it rocked everybody, and we've started to think that we're vulnerable and that we haven't got power, and we are so powerful, but the world doesn't tell you that. We have to get back to our roots and remember who we are, who we were born to be. And you, the little girl version of yourself, you know, if you can imagine yourself playing as a little girl, just see the energy of yourself there, perfectly being. Like you've got her back. You're carrying her now through all of her experiences in life, and you always have been. And it's like, what are you going to show her next? Because she's still there, and she's still inside of you, and she's riding this journey as much as everyone else is riding it, but she's got her own individual path. And now it's time to like step up and be counted and think, no, I mean something here. This little girl was born to succeed and do things. What is it that I'm going to really go for?
Yes.
So it's you are being guided to travel, to transition, to step up and to upgrade yourself. With these cards that you pull in, it's like there's a new upgrade, there's new opportunities. It says here, this is your route, this is what keeps you safe. I think you know that Spirit guides you and look after you and you're held. But your guidance is divinely guided. It's like Akasha is Akashic records, effectively. So it's everything that's gone in the past, so all your past lives, if you believe them, anything that's happened before as a memory file has all created shift within you. So if you experience something and it was maybe not so happy, it made you decide in that moment, no, I don't like this. And what am I going to do as a result of it? Am I going to be upset and carry that with me? And am I going to be sensitized by that in the future, and it's going to be a constant trigger through my life? Or am I going to say, no, I tell you what, I'm not going to allow that for my life right now. I'm going to make sure I'm never that, or that never happens again. And then you ride your life with your experiences, and more challenges, more things, more experience comes up. And every little thing, every little feedback that you've ever had from being a child, all kind of creates your sense of self. And possibly if you weren't celebrated as a child, which a lot of us aren't, because our parents are just on a kind of treadmill. And it's not their fault. They were doing their best given the information that they've got, but if they didn't give you time to say, I love you, you're brilliant, you can do this, then we're going to live a life feeling that we're never going to live up to expectation, that we're always going to fail, that we're always going to fall short, that we're always going to be mediocre, because we never had somebody literally holding us up celebratory. And that travels with us, and all of these different pieces of the puzzle of you and how you create yourself really are all limited, because they're all limited based on what other people have told you in the past, based on your social conditioning and your experiences up to now. So it's about time that you can kind of challenge that now and say, actually, who can I be? If I left all that behind, who am I now? What do I like? Who do I like?
Yes.
What do I want to experience more of?
Yes.
So this is a real, like, I don't want to say it unsteady because that kind of sounds negative.
Variety.
But it's, you've got choice.
Yes, variety.
Yeah.
Options.
You've got options.
Challenges.
Yeah, and I think it's exciting.
It's uplifting. It is uplifting.
Yeah.
It is.
It's like if I was to, do you remember that programme? I only remember it a little bit really, where it was the book of your life and it's like do do do
Oh,
do,
yes.
and they handed the red book of life over.
Yeah, this is your life.
So this is your book now,
Yes.
up to here. So when you turn the page over, because there's plenty of pages left, what are you going to write? Are you going to write the same?
Yes.
Or you're going to write something different? And I think it's about you getting to the point now where you're thinking that needs to be written differently. This chapter has been the same for a number of chapters.
Yeah, that's right. Yes, too many years. Yes.
Do you write things down? Do you write notes?
I do. Yes. Yeah, I do. Write it. I have tried in the past to do poetry and things like that.
Oh wow.
Yeah, but obviously I've never clung to something or looked for my people, if you know what I mean. I should have done really, but I don't know. I just suppose I just thought I just wanted to live a normal life. You know what I mean? Like a normal life. Or what is a normal life? Really,
Yeah.
you know?
That's
And,
it. See, the ideal picture of life is kind of education, job,
Yeah.
companionship, children, retirement.
Yes. Yes. I know.
That's not an ideal picture for me.
No, it's not. No.
I don't see it like that. There's more, and it can be fun and exciting, and it does make us feel unsteady sometimes, and it does make us, because you think about those like the gypsy women, the traveller women, or the witches of the past, who used to be able to live off the land and just be carefree and move and be able to shift and adapt to their environment. And we've got that innately within us, and yet we're so fixed, and we're like, oh, we'll stay doing the same thing because that's safe. And really, I mean, I'm not saying that you need to get a flipping camper van and go travel and live off the land, but like just experience different experiences to shift, for you to open your eyes to more fun, more excitement. You've got here, now this is in your solar plexus, this is your energy center, spiritual acceleration. Again, it's a gift that it says memories of Atlantis. I don't know whether you know about Atlantis.
Yes, I do. Yeah, the lost city under the sea.
Yeah.
Which is we're a higher evolved
human species.
Yes,
We've forgotten it all, but it was all taken away from us with religion and the churches. They wanted to write their own Bibles and stories to kind of guide the population, so that we stopped that power. The same with the witches. That's why they were burned, because they had information how to be pharmacists, really, because they were able to heal everything.
And they didn't want women to be higher than men, so they shut them up. I mean, that was just horrendously. I mean, it was just kind of.
It's vile, really, isn't it? I mean, we're very lucky we don't have that now, but you do have the pharmaceutical companies still monopolising the money in the government, which allows a lot of natural cures not to come through. But I think people are now becoming more and more open and accepting to, like you said at the start, you know, the holistic methods and how things work for you. Now this is suggesting progress and technology. So you've got something that you can shift forward with using maybe technology, that you've got a door that's open for you there, and you've got the key. Now, interesting that this Ankh symbol is an ancient Egyptian symbol. I love that.
I love Egyptians,
now, this is the most sacred of their symbols, the Ankh, because they use it over any pain sites for healing, and they meditate on it. So I've got a crystal that's shaped like an Ankh, and I quite often will hold it to my head and just close my eyes and just kind of sink into what it's bringing to me and like vibe with it. And it's supposed to be all healing, and it's supposed to give you messages and open your mind to new vibrations. Now, if this was a card with a door on it, and I've got loads of cards that have basically got a door in the background and it looks like it's closed, and you have to open the door, then I'd be saying that this is there in the future. But this is actually there now, this opportunity for you to have this upgrade and step forward to more energy and more maybe intuitive healing and gut sensitivity, where you can actually read the situation, the people, and direct yourself forward with what you're supposed to be achieving. It's open. This is a portal of opportunity, progress. You can step forward through this now. This door's wide open for you, but I don't know why it's saying technology, so I don't know whether it suggests that you
use technology
use
as well
technology.
to help me to achieve it, because the technology will do some of the work for you.
Yeah.
It does,
I mean, one of the things that they said about technology, that everyone was like putting a dampener on it, kind of saying, you know, it's taken away normal things like
it's given. Look at the sat nav. Without the sat nav, I'd be
travel.
Yeah,
You
I'd be a
couldn't get to
fool.
places, and it takes so much longer to do it, so you wouldn't be able to fit so much in. Well, that's exactly it. Technology has also done that for us in the homes. If you think about your fridge, freezer, your
recipes,
Hoover, your
you can ask
recipes
Alexa
online.
for,
Exactly.
how do I make crumble again?
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, I'm glad that you just said that. I've just gone and picked a load of blackberries. I need to make a crumble tonight. So I will be asking Google how to do crumble, please. Step by step.
Yeah, with porridge and all without.
Yeah. So, yeah, technology has created time, because instead of having to go and research everything in a book, gosh, you know that is, I know it's burnt out now, thankfully, but that really gets to you.
Strong, yes.
That's a new one. That's the first time I've burnt it, and I think I'll remember that it's Californian white sage, that one, and normally I use just the white sage one, and it's a bit less strong, but it's quite nice.
Yeah,
but
it's nice.
it's yes, it gets you a little bit. Where was I going? Technology's given us time, yeah.
Yes.
So you've got time on your hands to be able to research, to be able to look into things you want to do, to be able to decide where you're going to go and know that you can get there in a certain amount of time. It's amazing. It's phenomenal. So it's definitely not something for you to think.
Yeah, I like technology. Yeah, you can check out companies whether they're legit.
Safe.
Obviously, whether customers are happy with them or not, and all this sort of thing. Trustpilot and all this.
Yeah.
You've got
Reviews.
If you use your own brain in sync with technology, you can get all the goodness out of it.
Exactly. Yeah, definitely.
There's a lot of bad, but there always is, isn't there?
Well, with everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yin and yang, which is a 6 and a 9. It's spirit and earth coming together, which is good, and it creates balance. It creates the 8, which is infinity. Right, from your heart card, which is healing codes, let's see what was the past and what was the future off the back of that. So pick me 2 more cards.
Out of
Anything. Yeah.
Gosh, it's hard to.
Brilliant. Oh, interesting. Crown chakra. Out of 65 card deck, there's only 7 chakra cards in it.
See if I can get an energy. I have clear.
You want that one? Okay, right. Emotional withdrawal. That's interesting. Okay, what I want you to do now is I want you to think of a question in your mind, and it can be to do with absolutely any subject, and I want you to pick a card for that question. Brilliant. Okay, right. Well, this is interesting, because here, when you look at past, present, future, past is that the crown chakra needs reopening again. You've gone off path, off purpose, which is possibly why this is card readings trying to direct you back onto your path, to remind you that there's more to you and this world that you're living in than what you're experiencing right now. There's more, and spirit are there telling you, and you're sometimes missing the signs. So to tune yourself back into that, and spirit are gifting you with that, to remember that the bestest version of yourself, where you're open and willing and accepting. Then you've come into Star Being Healing Codes, which was right in the centre of this reading, saying that wounds from the past are healed, and it's a time for you to recharge yourself because there's important information coming through. Now, in the future, it's actually suggesting emotional withdrawal, which means maybe things that have gone on in the past, it's time now to be a level of acceptance with it. And interestingly enough, it's that 8, which is what we've just been talking about with the yin yang.
Yes.
Finding balance is the 8, which is infinity, because it's the 6 and the 9 coming together.
Yeah, I wear an infinity ring.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
Wonderful. See, what does infinity mean for you?
The life cycle continues all the time, but and life, the universe goes on forever.
Yeah.
And that you should find your place within the universe and expand and grow and utilize and love and
Definitely. Do you know, ultimately, we should forgive everything with love. And if you put love first, even a situation that you find is difficult, maybe resentful, hatred or guilt towards anything, if you send that situation love and you look at it lovingly, it changes, it shifts, and you get more out of it, and it's really massive. I mean, what we were saying before about the yin yang, I love that it is an 8. It's the 6, which is Earth, 666, they say, don't they? Devil.
Yes.
And then the 9, which is spirit. 9 is your highest, most spiritual self, from the crown down. And then 6 is from the earth up. And it joins so that you're in balance, where your spirit life and your physical life marry. And you kind of know exactly who you are. And you know where you're going with that as well. And actually, one other point is that home is within you. It's not actually a physical place. It's, we create a home around us, but ultimately wherever we are is where's home. And that's the most powerful sense of this. So stepping away from the emotions that cause upset from the past and having a new light towards what you're going to focus your kind of priorities on, what you're going to focus your mind on. So I think that's quite a good one for where we were at with this. But then you've got this, which was for your question, birthing a new age, birthing new creations, dreaming a new world into being. So by the laws of attraction, what we've got within our mind, we see outwardly. So if we see fear, negative, worry, panic, stress, that's what we're going to bring.
Yes.
When we see love and we see, oh, well, this is an opportunity, this is a challenge, I'm willing and accepting to ride it, it changes the way that you see things. In the same way, pain, we can say pain hurts because as a child, you look to your mother's reaction. When you hurt yourself and fall over, your mum goes to grab you.
Yes.
You automatically think, oh, this should hurt, so I'll experience it. Because quite often, if you cut yourself and you don't see it, it doesn't actually hurt. You only actually experience the pain when you see what you've done. So if you didn't look at it, you wouldn't actually know whether it hurt yet or not. And in this kind of thing, whatever you're thinking about, you're going to create. So you need to think about what you want, not what you don't want. So we tend to say, oh, I really don't want that to happen, and I don't like it when this kind of thing happens, or I'm not a fan of this. You're saying what you don't want, so you're going to bring it to you. You have to say, but I do like this, I do like that, and kind of shift your thinking. And it's about you cosmically ordering the universe to work for you by your manifestations. And it sounds, oh yes, what am I doing today? I'm thinking about what I want to manifest. It sounds a bit crazy. But ultimately, it's affirmations for yourself and for your directive of your day. I'm full of energy today. that changes you straight away. If you say, oh, I'm tired,
Yes.
it's raining, you feel crap.
Yeah. Or I love this room, or I love my home.
Yeah.
I see what
Oh,
you mean.
you know,
Yeah.
this isn't, and look at my house. I can walk barefoot in it because it's warm and the floor's comfy and it's all inviting and it's bright. And just do it for yourself. Don't rely on somebody else to try and prep you up to make you feel happy. Find the little moments within your own self. Because I know I wander around the house sometimes, which is complete chaos at times, and it's like I've only just tidied that, and I haven't got the energy now to be able to tidy it again. So I'm just going to leave it. But I tell you what, I am going to look at that lovely crystal that's there,
Oh, yes.
and I'll go, oh, I love that crystal, you know, and I'll just like focus in on something that makes me feel really happy. And for me, that is generally crystals. And that one there that she's got in this shop, I asked her if I could buy it, but she won't let me because she loves it so much. That is so nice.
It
Have
is.
a look at it.
Oh yes,
It's one of Debbie's ones, and it's just awesome.
it is.
It looks like it's got a galaxy within it.
Yeah.
Fascinating. I mean, all the ones that she kind of hides in the back here are the ones that she doesn't put out in the shop because she loves more than anything. But she's got some stunning crystals.
It's very skilled, the cut, isn't it?
Yeah, it's fascinating, isn't it?
Yeah.
To think that that's come out of like raw stone that's been cracked open in the earth, and they've polished it so that it's you're able to see so much within it. Phenomenal. Oh, absolutely phenomenal. Yeah. So I just try and direct myself all the time towards things that I like. What's the point in looking out the window of things I don't like? Doesn't make you feel very good then, does it?
No.
So, what was the subject area of your question for this card?
Oh, it was career actually. Well, I mean not career as in job. Yeah, if I left my job, would I get another one?
So yeah, you need to dream and birth this new idea. Now that's interesting because with you saying that, it almost could be a little bit of the Fool card in tarot, couldn't it?
Yes.
You know the Fool card, he's kind of poised on the side of a cliff looking a bit crazy.
Yes.
And that's normally when you are doing something that maybe other people think, oh, I don't understand why she's doing this.
Yes.
Being the rebel within your own world to create something that's just for you, I reckon it's time.
Yes.
I tell you what, I've never noticed before within this. I don't actually know whether it's her feet that has created that shape, but I'm going to say it anyway. It looks like in the middle, when you look at it, a bit of an optical illusion. There's a stone in the centre there that looks like a Shiva Lingam. Have you got a Shiva Lingam crystal? Do you know what I mean? I've got one, but I haven't got it with me.
I don't know what one is.
Right, hang on a sec. Let me go and see if she's got one. Mine with me. Right, these are Shiva Lingams.
Oh.
They look weird, and it's not the sort of crystal, unless you knew about, you wouldn't pick it up because they don't particularly look all that attractive.
Oh yes.
They're fertility stones, right? They come from a specific place. They're called Shiva Lingams, so I'm presuming it's probably in India. I'm not sure, but they come from a riverbed. And they're rocks that are found, and they're shaped into that shaped stone, and it's called a Shiva Lingam. And what you do is you actually put the fertility stone at the base of your feet when you're doing any kind of relaxation or meditation, or if you're sleeping, or you have it in your bedroom, and it's supposed to bring about, well, fertility, which is expansion and birthing of things that you want to grow into. And they used to, you'll have to probably Google about Shiva Lingam, because it will probably have a lot more information than what I'm giving, but I know that that's a fertility stone for growth. And interesting, if you look at the card, it looks, I know it might be a feet, but it looks like a Shiva Lingam, and it's the first time I've ever seen that in that card. I wish I could, I don't know whether I've got much signal on my phone to be able to Google.
Oh no, don't worry, I'm looking up. I would remember.
Yeah, but it's a powerful stone for creation, and so it's obviously something that you need to go about creating. I've got one of these at home, but I just wondered whether they have them in the shop anyway. But they're not what you'd normally look at. In the same way, that's not something that you'd normally look at. This, have I got them? No. It just looks like a clear quartz point that's a bit rough and ready. No, I haven't brought them with me. Just I've got a whole bag of clear quartz points that just look similar. But if you notice the striations within it, it's got like a barcode within it, because it just looks like that, doesn't it?
Oh yes,
But it's not, because if you notice within these, it doesn't have the barcodes. Can you see the barcodes going that way? In the way that it's cut? Well, what that's supposed to be is a barcode, which is an upgraded code that, should you hold the stone, you're supposed to receive the upgrade to the Lemurian seed codes. Which is why that is a Lemurian wand. Yeah, it's cool, but it's like something that you wouldn't know, like that. You wouldn't know that that means that. You wouldn't know that that means that. Unless you start delving into it. But it's all to do with how you receive different frequencies. It's like the crystal skulls. The crystal skulls are supposed to have the knowledge of the Mayans and all of their ancient rituals within it. And you're supposed to be able to have a crystal skull, and it's supposed to be able to import that new downloaded information into your frequency and vibration so that you can ascend and shift. Powerful.
It is powerful.
Powerful stuff. And we've got to look towards that kind of stuff, which is far more colourful in the world than the boring, mundane tasks of life, really. I think it's far more exciting. Things like this are magical.
Yes, they are.
And if you've got no belief around magic and things, it's dull, isn't it?
It is, it is dull,
Right. Next thing to do, I want you to hold this. There's not a lot of water in it. Because it's kind of left it a bit too long. I want you to spin it and then tip it over. You can stand up, or you can do it there if you want. Tell you what, stick that into there, and then spin it, and then when you're ready, tip it over into the cup, into the saucer.
Oh really?
Make a right mess.
Oh really?
So spin it within the cup, so you can actually hold the cup and spin it, like that. And then tip it upside down into the cup. Now it might not work so well because I've let the tea leaves.
Tip it upside down
Just
onto this tissue?
Yeah.
Oh okay, I just want to make sure.
She's like, am I really supposed to make all this mess? Yeah, perfect. Perfect. Because then, from that, look at that for a good... Actually, that's worked out perfectly.
Oh yes,
So there's lots of shapes within that. Now what I tend to do... Oh, I can't do it because I'm videoing. I'll tell you what I'll do. I like to have a photograph, because afterwards a lot of things come up within it. Now you see the handle as home, so that's why you face it towards yourself, and then things that are going away from you goes that way, things that are coming towards you come this way. Now what's interesting is there's a teardrop there, perfectly placed over the cat's head, which is a curious lucky symbol, really. So, but it's interesting that luck comes with an emotion that's a tear. So I don't know what that is. Maybe it's good news that's coming towards you, but it's definitely, it's not there yet, and it's coming towards you. Good news comes with a cat. Cats have got 9 lives. Cats are curious. They're kind of lucky. Yeah, it's interesting. I don't know what that could be, really. We'll see.
Yes.
You will see.
Yes.
On the full moon, whatever you manifest, money's going to come your way, because you've got the specks that are the dots over the. Oh, actually, no, that's the sun. Hang on, I'm thinking that's moon. So it's actually the sun, which is masculine energy. So there's male energy coming towards you that's going to offer money. I don't know what that is, but there we go. There's also a load of receptivity. Now that is, again, that character there, you notice how it's got like an open satellite dish on his head?
Yes.
That's actually opening up to all the intuitive messages that are coming in. Now there's like almost like a bit of an X marks the spot on that, and he is carrying a wand. There's lots more spiritual messages and magic available to you, and it's all going to be lucky stuff because it's directed towards the horseshoe. Table there. What's in between that one and that one? Let's see what else there is.
Well, yeah, you've got to put yourself out there and do things and experience things to get things back. You can't sort of, I know what you mean, you can't sort of act like a hermit in a box.
No,
You've got to get out there.
because you don't flow.
Yes, that's it.
I mean, I scare myself sometimes. I mean, obviously, financially, we all worry. But if you don't give, you don't get back.
Yes,
That's
true.
things come back tenfold. Sometimes you think, oh, I've put too much of myself out there, and there is that kind of balance that you've got to keep. But generally, when you give out, you get back, and it's the same with love. It's the same with attention, everything. What you put out there, you get back. There's only a few people that could make you feel maybe bitter and closed off because you think, okay, I've given and then there's been nothing reciprocal. But it shouldn't change the way that you behave. It shouldn't make you feel like, well, just because the world's not smiling back at me, I'm not going to smile at it. You've got to maintain your own integrity within, like, what makes you feel proud when you go to bed at night. And I always think, well, I'll just keep being nice. I almost wear your heart on your sleeve and give them enough rope to hang themselves with, almost. If they choose to hurt you with that information, then that's their karma, isn't it?
Yes.
It's not yours. There's a lot of moons within this. And moons are very much feminine energy and directed towards you kind of being fiercely female and remembering you're female. I think that's an interesting one, actually, because quite often in our very gender neutral like life world at the moment, we forget that we can be female and powerful with our feminine qualities. We forget that we can use our kind of the way that we look, the way that we appear to our advantage. And we're told we can't, we have to dumb it down, we have to be the same as everyone, we have to hold the door. Chivalry's dead, they say, don't they? It's not. I think it's a beautiful way to be accepting of all of your femininity and kind of step forward with that power, like a bit of a goddess.
Yeah.
And remembering as well, going back to that inner child, that you're perfect exactly as you are as well. Because this is how the world intended you. That's why it gave you those experiences. So you can't really can't really do anything to shift ourselves anyway. Right, that H symbol, just check that out. Now this is interesting. You've got a line between these two, and that's why I wanted to just see what it was, to weigh it up, why it was in between the two. So the star, which it's mainly over, success in your projects, recognition and praise are all indicated. This is a lucky sign. But it goes into the cross, where it's a warning against overdoing it, taking on more than you can handle, or making impulsive mistakes by rushing things. Slow down and let go a little. So it's like, when you do less, you get more. That's a bit of a weird kind of message, that really.
I suppose it's taking it in your stride, and then you will absorb more and you'll enjoy, and you need to.
Yeah.
I think the thing is, like saying, so with rushing about, is you tend to lose the love for things, don't you? Whereas if you just take your time and just enjoy it and have a laugh, and you know, you tend to.
Because even work, you think of the things that you love within your work.
Yes.
You know, I like sitting here. I like doing this. I like
being in control of it
Yeah.
by yourself. Yeah.
Exactly.
Listen to music, or
Yeah.
You've got to look at the good things. I
Yeah,
can have a cup of
definitely.
drink when I want.
Yeah. Well, this work, it offers me the ability to have financial freedom. I can buy that little extra thing for myself because I've got that security. You know, I'm starting to do some work for my brother. He works in a sandwich shop because he's a chef, and I've been just going and doing washing up days and stuff. I've loved that because, one, I go completely in my own mind and I can just crack on, and my head's just everywhere, and I love it, and I'm singing away to myself. And then at the end of it, I walk away and think, oh, I earned myself some money doing that, and I feel really good. And you know, you're like a happier, clean slate, having walked away from what I'd normally be doing and going and doing something totally different. Something that, you know, I don't really identify with that version of me, but I don't need to. It can just be there. This Saturn shape, which has got quite a lot of energy towards, it says self-discipline, responsibility, plain hard work. You may face some kind of test or need to make some area of your life more efficient, and I think we've talked about that, like the efficiency of how we work. When we've got lots of things on the table, it's hard for you to prioritise one thing, but if you cleared the clutter off the table, you can focus in on that one thing, kind of thing. So yeah, I kind of get that with that. Yes. Right, think of another subject area, topic, thing that you want to ask the cards of. Just think what they want, what you want answering, and then pull a card for that. So much choice.
Yeah, I think it is these again.
Go with 2 if you want. Don't give me that option, she says. Go with 2 if you want.
I can go with 2.
That's interesting. Right. Okay. Well, whatever you are at, is it relationship based?
You could say that, yeah.
Because it actually says to kind of do nothing. It actually says it's gifting you with intuition to kind of say, you know, I said before about the doors being open with this one.
Yes.
And that's available to you now. This is only available to you once you open the door. So it's suggesting that you need to intuitively ask the universe for the answer for whatever question that you've asked. Now, you pulled that with no thingness. It's a blank card. It basically says it's a time for you to do nothing around whatever the question is, because it will come, and what you think about, you create. So you can create anything. So tune into your intuition about whether you think this is the right thing. The angst there again.
Yes.
Interesting.
Yeah. Well, the question was, should I, in the future, should I stay where I am in Dorset or should I move over to Wales? That was the question.
Ah, right.
But I can understand what do nothing is, because I also believe in astrology with there's a lot of retrograde in the stars at the moment.
What's going on with Mercury?
Yeah,
What is
that's it.
happening?
And it said that I shouldn't do anything till mid-September or something.
Yeah.
But then I'm always, I don't like the winter, because no, I do like the winter, but I'm always like, it's always the weather and darkness and things like that. There's nothing wrong with that, but as in making moves and things. So I always think I'll wait till real spring and that, and plus I'll have sorted out some more finances and things will have opened up some more doors. So I understand what that means.
Yeah. Would you have to buy a property here?
I've got one here.
You've got one here.
But it's a case of, do I keep that one and or sell it? I don't really want to sell it actually, but I could sell it and buy something else, or I could sell it, move with my sister for a bit. In fact, if I stay with his partner, but I've got a partner in Dorset, but it's his house. That's whether he said he would sell it, but then if I sold this, he's pressuring me to try and put the money into his house to buy that, because I said I don't really see the point at our age in paying mortgages. I said it's pointless, it's stupid.
Yeah.
You need to.
Mortgage is death grip, isn't it? You could be living with that money.
Yeah. But then it's
that would give you security over your job as well, because you know you'd only be having to find your living costs.
Yeah. But then obviously my job's over there, so that was the confusion.
Yeah.
So my job's in Dorset, but and also I'll be 59 this year.
Wow, will you?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Even though I feel good. No, I know, that's what I mean. So that was the other minus. But even though you don't have to put your age on a CV or anything, but they kind of work it out, don't they? But it's like, I know that it is still an ageist society. But then that's my own stupid inner fears and things, But it was just like, I would get something. And also, if I did sell the house, and I'd have money.
Yeah, you would have money, but it would be, you'd have to buy a house outright, wouldn't you?
Yeah, that one is bought outright, but it needed work doing, so I still got to spend a little bit on it. But my sister lives in St. Asaph, so I could move in with her, but then her husband's an alcoholic. So do you see what I mean?
Yeah.
Not that.
The dynamics of everything.
So that lowers your energy. I'm not being, he's happy and everything, and he's a good person.
You don't,
No.
You need to keep your independence, don't you?
Yeah. So,
because you've not got, it's not yours over in Dorset, is it?
No.
Although it would be if you did invest within that.
Yes.
It's something with somebody else. Not that
But
you
then
need to.
But your partner's always, men are always a little bit controlling, aren't they, over you and how you look at things and how you are.
Yeah.
And I always find that he's a bit too much, if you know what I mean. I can't really go and see my friends much and things like that unless he's with me or his family's okay. It's not horrible or anything.
No.
It's just that you can feel that energy in his the way we talk and conversations, and you
Domineering,
just,
alpha
that's
male.
it. Yeah. So I tend to not fight it because I just haven't got the energy at the moment when I work full time and stuff to
take it on, and you want an easy life, and that's
unfortunately
that's probably
that's
what this is. That you're sitting back having the same thing. It's not lazy, it's just that it's easy to do the same thing and get the same outcome because it takes no
and he's
challenge.
a wonderful person, and I just thought, what's my life going to be like without him? I'd be okay, but I kind of wouldn't miss him. But like I said, as you get older and older, sometimes I think, do I need a man? Would I be happy on my own? Do you see what I mean? It's all that, and I'm asking my questions. Maybe I need to ask the universe. I think I would be happy in one
I think
sense.
intuitively you'll be given the answers. I mean, I would never say in a reading to come away from a relationship or to anything like that, but I think you just have to find what works for you.
Yes.
And sometimes you can challenge that. You can get them to change. They don't.
Yes.
You don't have to think it's all on you that you have to make a decision, yes or no. Actually, you can go towards what you want and see if they follow, because they'll have to make some kind of shift.
Yes.
Just do what.
He is a bit worried actually. I think he's worried that he's doing his house up a little bit and doing a few jobs, and then he has even said, "Oh, are you going to leave me and move there?"
Yeah.
And that's his insecurity. But I just, yeah, I said, why would I do that? My job's here, you know. Well, why are you thinking that? Things, silly things like that, conversations that you shouldn't be having when you're in a loving relationship or been with someone for 12 years. But I mean, obviously,
We can't, you know, we can't lock people down though in the same way. I just think when you are fired up and you're alive, like fiery flame, fully burning bright, firing on all cylinders, it gives them the permission to as well. So when you do something that's for your best interest and you open the door to something, they recognise your energy. That's going to be almost more attractive, and he's going to have to compromise and shift himself to join you, or he'll be leaving you behind because you'll be firing off.
That's it. I know. I thought that. I thought, well, I'll do what I will do when I do it. But it was just the thought of, you know, like it's just not having time to think really. Like I said, do nothing, because I do have time to think. I'm okay in my schedule. I've got a dog. And, you know.
This is time to literally nothingness. Don't do anything. Hibernation mode almost. This is your time to retreat,
reflect,
rest, be held, just be within this time. But know that there's like change, and the spirit's trying to guide you to do the right thing.
Read the books, understand. I can create my own interests and still be living where I'm living and doing what I'm doing, but just be better with my time management. And I get it. I've got it.
It's easy as well when you're around other people and you're juggling a job as well, that you get absorbed within doing the things that they want to do all the time because they're on their schedule, and it's sometimes just think, oh well, I'll just go along with what they want to do, and it's actually to cut yourself, create a bit of a gap and say, oh no, today I'm going to do this, like you've done this today, you know, that's you taking effort and time to do something different for yourself.
And it's come around quick really. I think
As
long ago, so it does come around so fast. I know the time goes so fast.
I know. I knew this summer holidays would fly, and there's so much change just in you know, since when I was speaking to you about this reading, and that's why I lost the thread. I don't know whether I've done a phone update or something, and it's lost. So I thought, I've got it booked in, I know I'm doing it, but I've got no information about it. But it was meant to be at this time, at the end of summer, because it's also a good time for us to be reflective over what we've achieved over the summer, knowing that we've still got September and October where we're still coat free, you know, and we can still enjoy ourselves. The sun, I'm hoping it's a bit more of an Indian summer, because we've certainly not had an August. And you've got time to be able to tie up things that you wanted to do over the summer that you haven't yet done, before we go into festival seasons of Halloween, bonfire night, Christmas. Even then, you know, we're outside for bonfire night, aren't we? You know, there's still time before we kind of settle in for winter. But this is like a good
no,
time.
I think I get it. I do get it. There's lots of options open for me. Do the research, do the work. And try to.
Number 2, massive, weighing up pros and cons. Yes, no, left, right, up, down. It comes with confusion as well, because we confuse ourselves because we focus on one thing and then we flood our head with loads of ideas then, and it gets like cluttered, doesn't it? And then we try and get away from it in some sense. How do we turn our brain off? Oh, I don't know, I'll get drunk or something, and you think, oh, that'll quieten it down, but then it's still there in the background whirling. It just needs to rest and just be happy with where you are now, and be grateful for what you've got, and see what do you want more of.
I think I am grateful for what I've got.
You've got an amazing energy about you. I mean, you really are open, special, bright. You're powerful, you are, and you just need to remember that. And not a lot of people say it to us today.
No.
So, you know, you've got a really quirky sense of your own uniqueness about you. You know, be more of that.
Yes. Yeah.
Don't be normal.
No.
You don't want a normal.
No, that's it. That's it.
Been there, done that, tick the boxes. What's next? What's the next bit of me?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Definitely. Oh, I've loved reading your cards today.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. And these are, oh yeah, those that have them in the shop.
Yeah, those are from. I've just nicked them from the shop, so I'll go and put them back on the shelf now. If you're interested in them, you can go and have a look at them selling. I always say to Debbie, always goes, oh, you know, you could always drop in about a crystal. And to be fair, I generally don't, but that was just so obvious on that card.
So you put them in when you go to bed. You just put them
By your feet.
by your feet.
Yeah. And if you read on Google about a Shiva Lingam, how to use it, what's its healing properties, it might tell you something different, but I've been told, because I do distant healing grids as well, and I've got these two Tibetan dolls that are a bit like voodoo dolls in a sense.
Oh yeah.
But they're made from a herb and spice mix this sounds disgusting. The monks have chewed and then they shape them into these casts and set them out in the temple to set. And I've got these dolls, male and female, and I use them with a crystal grid around them to do healing and distant healing. And I place my hands over them and send the different symbols to send different healing to different people if they ask for it. But I use the Shiva Lingam always at the foot, and it creates direction towards creating that. And it's massive. And I went on a crystal workshop for skulls once, years and years ago in Liverpool, and the lady had Shiva Lingam there, and she was doing crystal grids to excite Kundalini rising within people, which is the male and female energies intertwining, front line, back line, conceptor, governor. And she used Shiva Lingam at the feet as well. So it kind of reinforced it to me that it was something, And I've found since I've had Shiva Lingam, if I think back, actually it's created a hell of a lot of shift within my life since I've had that stone. I probably need to get it out in the moon actually and recharge it, because it looks quite dull. It just looks like a bog standard river stone, but there's something magical about it.
I did have something like that, but they were magnetic, but they're not those.
Yes, the in that shape. They create them in that shape and they stick together. That's the hematite ones.
Oh
and that's very much for earth, for grounding, because it draws your attention to your feet. But no, that's fertility. Apparently with that stone, that specific stone. Right, if I press this off.